The eerie, haunting vocal. The misty, monochrome video. Vienna by the band Ultravox was the sound and the image of the 80s. Some say it was inspired by a classic post-war movie and a modern art movement. Others say it was just a simple love song, with a horse thrown into the video for good measure. So now, more than a quarter of a century later, it's time to find out the true story of the song. For the first time in 25 years, Ultravox is back on the road. And between rehearsals, I'm meeting the man who knows.
The whole idea just sparked. I was sitting in my little flat in London, and somebody was talking about a song, and they got the name of the song wrong. It was a song called Vienna, and they called it Vienna. And I said, well, what song, Vienna? And it just sunk in, and I just started writing this whole synopsis. I walked in to the rehearsal room one day with all I had was, "This means nothing to me, oh Vienna." That was it. And then Billy started with the piano part, and the whole thing grew. It was a classic example of four guys just coming in sync at the same time. It wouldn't be Vienna without that fantastic piano. Or Billy's violin solo. Or Chris's digga, or Warren's heartbeat thing. So all of those elements coming together turned into this fantastic piece of music. And we had a very defined sound that was Ultravox and nobody else. Freezing breath on a window pane, lying and waiting. The underlying idea just been incredibly simple. It's a love song. You meet someone in this beautifully romantic environment, and you fall in love, and it's great, it's fabulous for the time that you're there, and you vow this will carry on, this will continue when you go home. And of course you go home to your dull, grey, boring life, and it's all changed, and you're harking back for that moment, that little spark that was there. The music is weaving.
Every bit as memorable as the song was the video, a mini movie in itself, very much in the style of the 1940s film noir thriller, The Third Man.
The rhythm is calling. I had seen the movie. I'd seen it many years before. It obviously sunk in, the images that this movie created, but I'd kind of forgotten about it. But yeah, it became very apparent afterwards that Russell, the director, probably went off and did his homework, because in our original meeting with Russell, he's an Australian, and we were talking about this track, and he said, I love it, it's fantastic. I see gondolas and bridges, and was it, that's Venice. His geography wasn't particularly good. But I think he'd obviously gone off and done his homework and looked up Vienna and looked up the classic kind of
So he
imagery.
hadn't been to Vienna?
No, he hadn't. None of us had been to Vienna.
What, the band hadn't been to Vienna?
No, not at all.
So it was a song called Vienna, set in Vienna, but none of the band had ever been to Vienna, and most of the video wasn't shot there either.
We cheated. The opening sequence was in Covent Garden, because it still had all the cobblestones, the Corinthian columns and all of that, the shadows and stuff that we needed to do it. Some of it was shot in the Kilburn State Theatre. It was shot all around London, and we went to Vienna for one day to go and grab the shots that we needed, some of the artwork that we used on the Vienna single sleeve.
And there's that classic scene where the horse, wow, I mean, whose brilliant idea was that?
Well, I've got no idea. I think the horse was just auditioning to try and get into a Duran video or something. I've no idea. It was the imagery, it was the atmosphere, it was, it tied in nicely with the kind of loose storyline that was running through the Vienna video, which was extremely loose, this menage a trois and the horse and the decadence and the decaying elements of all of that stuff.
It's a song that sticks in your mind with a hook that don't let go. And when a song does that, that's class.